Shockingly, the Pentagon is trying to control the narrative of UFO disclosure. That is what Ross Coulthart is reporting. So let's talk about that and a lot else. So get in here. This is Jack with Cosmic Road. I talk about UFOs and the paranormal. Please hit like and subscribe and let me know what you think in the comments below. Okay, let's just go to Ross. What exactly are you talking about, Ross? That's kind of an unfortunate screen grab. Sorry, Ross. Love you.
As you know, we've been at the forefront on News Nation of breaking this story wide open, and we're continuing to push on it. But the Pentagon PR woman, a woman called Susan Goff, apparently has been going around corralling select members of the media and inviting them to be the ones who can, I forget my phone there, inviting them to be the ones who are speaking publicly on, speaking to the Pentagon on that issue. So unfortunately, we're not invited. We don't know what's transpired. We have no idea what's going to happen in the course of that meeting, but we understand it's happening sometime today.
Okay. Any guesses on why News Nation wasn't invited, since News Nation is the one that broke the story?
I think it's purely and simply because we're asking the hard questions. One of the criticisms that I've quite openly made about a lot of the national security reporters that do get invited to these events is they know that if they rattle the cage on this issue and cause too many hard questions to be asked, they don't get invited back to the...
They don't get invited back, guys. They don't get invited back. That is not cool. And of course, that's exactly what you would expect. And it's interesting. Richard Giltreich has this tweet from Stephen Greenstreet, of all people, seeming to back Ross up. For once, Ross and Stephen Greenstreet are talking the same language. Let's see. I don't think this is a super recent. No, I'm wrong. It says from 3/6. Okay. So here we go. Stephen Greenstreet says, my gut tells me that the Pentagon embargoed their new UFO report to a small group of handpicked journalists. These journalists will release their stories immediately after the report drops. The other news media rushing to cover will copy and paste these pre-written stories. This is how they control the conversation. And sadly, you know, coming from Stephen Greenstreet, former self-admitted propaganda man Stephen Greenstreet, he knows how the game is played, and that sounds all too likely. I think that is very likely what's going on. That the Pentagon is obviously trying to control the narrative. And that's what they do. That's what they've been doing for a long time. And they're good at it. And they're going to keep on doing it unless their hand is forced. So, Godspeed to Elizondo and everyone else trying to wreck some furniture, because we definitely need to force their hand. Let's see. We also had some interesting stuff from James Fox. This is really cool. He is talking about Buzz Aldrin and how he had a UFO experience, and more than one. Buzz Aldrin chased a UFO, guys. That is crazy. And the story goes on. He chased it until he couldn't go any higher. He didn't catch it. Then she said he also told her that they saw something or something followed them to the moon. I think it went on for like a day or two. So yeah, and James Fox was able to get an interview with Aldrin in Monte Carlo, but he backed out at the last minute. The reason? Aldrin, according to from Aldrin, Paul Allen just investigated in SETI, and he was labeled a UFO quack. I'm trying to get money from Congress to develop a rocket that'll put citizens in space, and I will not jeopardize that initiative. And how's my coming forward going to change anything anyway? To that, James Fox said, well, with all due respect, sir, it takes people of your stature to elevate this whole phenomenon out of the rut that it's in. And your contribution, your testimony, would be of the utmost significance. Buzz Aldrin said, well, I'm not doing it. And James Fox, not wanting to be punched in the face, did not push him. So, yeah, but there you go. Buzz Aldrin chased a UFO. And he's talking about UFOs going to the moon. UFOs going to the moon. Something followed them to the moon. Was it there already? We've heard various stories about structures on the moon, and also other stories about how UFOs were waiting for the astronauts when they arrived at the moon. So does this dovetail with that, or is this the real story and those were the bogus stories? You know, we just don't know at this point. But this seems to be coming directly from Buzz Aldrin himself, even if he didn't go on camera. I trust James Fox. I don't think he's fibbing on this. But let me know what you guys think. I think that's an incredible story. Meanwhile, check this out. There is a pyramid, a pyramidal UFO that was captured by NASA. What? Now, this has been making the rounds. This is an actual NASA photo from 1986. The same pyramid captured on photo and video. Look at that. I mean, it's kind of hard to make out. The pixelation isn't great, but you can clearly see a pyramidal structure with a flat face there. Super intriguing. Now, it doesn't, I can't quite tell, but it doesn't look like it has even sides there. You know, it's not like the Pyramid of Giza or anything. It's not even like the Pyramid UFOs released by Jeremy Corbell. And, you know, that was debunked by Heckle and Jekyll, or Bray and Moultrie, that used the Mick West explanation for that, which was bogus. Their chief scientist, Travis Taylor, says otherwise, that those were genuinely anomalous objects hovering over a U.S. war fleet. So very interesting. And there's another shot here. Let me see. I forget who took that one. It's harder to make out, but you can kind of see the pyramidal structure there if you squint. And the first one is from NASA. The second one is a video in three angles of the same pyramid. Okay, I didn't see the video. Did you see the video? All right, here we go. 2018.
What's that ship? This alien spaceship, I tell you.
He's telling us, guys. He's telling us. Yeah, you can still see the imprint right there.
Yes,
yeah.
sorry.
Is that, yeah, clearly pyramidal. If this is real. If this is real. Big if true, guys. Big if true.
Sorry,
but could that be a giant pyramid hovering over the Pentagon? You know, there's been various giant pyramid floating over, you know, various places, videos over the last few years. Are any of them legit? Is this legit? I don't know, but that NASA photo is legit. Unless NASA is faking a giant pyramid. They like to cover things up. Would they throw some BS out there just to muddy the waters? I wouldn't put it past them, but I don't think that's what's going on. But let me know what you think. Meanwhile, this is really juicy. Okay, U.S. Congressman says revealing UFO technology is a threat to the energy sector. It can disrupt the world economy. That is what a lot of people have speculated about for many years, was a huge reason behind the UFO cover-up. You know, if they unveiled these technologies, they would have to disseminate them, right? Free energy, right? Or whatever is available. And obviously that would disrupt the energy industry, which is a huge part of the economy. It would be a big deal. That was quashed, is the idea behind that story. And it very well could be. I mean, that honestly could be a huge part of the cover-up, is just simply money and power. A thought-provoking interview has recently been conducted between Project Unity host Jay Anderson and the U.S. Congressman Andy Ogles. The discussion focused on the implications of complete U.A.P. disclosure. Anderson asked serious questions to Representative Ogles about UFOs, revealing that the release of ET technology could potentially disrupt the world economy and energy sector. I think that's just fascinating. I'll let you read the full article at your leisure, but I think that's amazing that we have a sitting U.S. congressman actually talking about the same sort of wild conspiracy theories that we've all been talking about for years. I love it. They're talking about all sorts of stuff that they never would have just touched a few years ago. I mean, this is definitely a sign of UFO disclosure, guys. But whether they're showing us the actual UFOs or not, they are talking about them and the crazy stuff around them, including the deep levels of the cover-up. The energy industry. A sitting congressman actually going against the energy industry, which is obviously a big deal, right? Very powerful industry for a congressperson to go against. So, really wild days, guys. Wild days. Love it. Meanwhile, NASA has made a purse made out of air. What? NASA is getting into the purse making business? When did this happen? What's going on? NASA's making purses, guys. NASA's making purses. Oh my God. What in the world? This purse appeared on the runway out of thin air. Coperni stunned revelers at its fall 2024 Paris Fashion Week show on Monday by debuting an innovative bag crafted but nothing but air. The Paris-based fashion label, known previously for airbrushing a dress onto a nearly nude Bella Hadid in the middle of the catwalk, I missed that one, guys, partnered with NASA to create the Air Swipe bag, a blink and you miss it accessory with a translucent appearance. Congress people are talking about the cover-up. NASA's making purses. We're living in a crazy world, guys. Meanwhile, check out this crazy older news piece about a guy that was catching fast-moving UFOs back a few years ago. I think this was 2012. And he was catching these incredibly fast UFOs that were appearing between like the hours of 1 and 2 on certain days, and he would catch them from the certain location. And they were so fast you couldn't see them with the naked eye. But he would film them, and then he would slow them down, and you could see them. Very similar to Dr. Robert Shipe's Dragon UFO videos. These super fast things. And what's really intriguing about this news piece is that the UFO researcher challenged the news team. He told them if they put their camera on that location and they filmed at those times of day, they would catch UFOs, and they did. And here they are talking about it. They set up their camera, and this is what they got. They got these crazy UFOs. And analysts, study them. That's the guy studying them. Could not figure it out. Could not identify what these objects were. He floated the idea that maybe they were debris in the air. But yeah, this super incredibly fast debris that you can't see with the naked eye. Very anomalous objects that you can capture. I guess if you're in the right place where there's a lot of activity, assuming it's not omnipresent everywhere, if you just point your camera at the skies, guys, we can get a lot of evidence. So give it a shot. Okay, here's a brand new UFO video captured on the 3rd of March, shared by Jaime Maussan. And I know not everybody's a huge fan of Jaime, but he's not the one that made this footage. So, well, look at that. Look at that crazy Star Wars looking thing. Yeah, I mean, that looks like something right out of Star Wars, doesn't it? That is nuts. That is nuts. Yeah, that's definitely not air debris. I mean, it could be CGI. Who knows? Is that like a squid UFO on its side? Who knows, guys? Let me know what you think of this crazy object. I'm inclined to think this is a legit video, but, let me know what you think. I think it's a damn cool video. Meanwhile, an update on the Mike Herrera story. This is from Joey Is Not My Name. One of the 5 Marines who were allegedly with Mike Herrera in Indonesia when they witnessed a UFO responded to Mike's request to public corroboration last year. "Hey man," he said, "this is asking too much of me, and it's not worth the risk. My family and military career far exceed anything you are asking of me. It's not worth my life or jeopardizing my family. I know we go back, but this is asking too much. You need to get out of whatever you're in and get me involved with this mess." My career isn't worth helping you. Don't ask me to do this shit ever again. Marine from the 2nd Battalion, 5th Marines. Michael, Joey says, or not Joey, says, Michael also provided this text message to me many months ago, and I believe it is authentic. I've attached it here, censored for privacy. This is the first time the text message has been shared publicly. And there you go. There you go. There's the actual source text saying just what I just read to you. So, it just shows how much courage Mike Herrera has for coming out with this information. Even other brave soldiers going into, the line of fire, as it were, into danger anyway, are too afraid to come out with this. So, I really salute what you're doing, Mike. You're just doing, the good work of UFO disclosure and, taking all the slings and the arrows for the rest of us. And I really appreciate that. And I know a lot of other people do too. So thank you, Mike. Last but not least, the Juan posts this really intriguing tweet. Information from the Bowen manuscript, an encyclopedia of flying saucers. 1913, guys. February 9th, 1913. The most extraordinary procession of meteors ever seen passed over Toronto in one straight line, taking from 3 to 5 minutes for the passage. Like an express train lighted at night. The lights were at different points, one in front and a rear light, then a succession of lights in the tail. The next day, dark objects were seen over Toronto. They passed from west to east in 3 groups and then returned west in a more scattered formation, about 7 or 8 in all. So yeah, UFOs have been here for a long time. They've probably been here for much longer than 100 years, but there have been mass UFO sightings going back into the early 1900s. Pretty cool, guys. Pretty cool. Let me know what you think about that and everything else covered today in the comments below. And if you've enjoyed this video, please give me a big thumbs up. I sure appreciate it. Smash the like button and the subscribe. Oh, and by the way, speaking of that, there seems to be some interference with the channel. People are being unsubscribed without their knowledge, so please check your subscription status. Many people have been complaining about that to me. That they haven't been receiving the notifications of the videos that I post. And when they go to check the videos, they have been unsubscribed. So, please, if you want to stay subscribed, please make sure that you still are. And also, a lot of comments are being deleted. And, again, seems like there's some interference going on. Is that just an algorithm thing, or is there some sort of overt specific interference? Hard to say. But please comment and like, and also share these videos to get the word out, to overwhelm whatever algorithm is working against Cosmic Road. I would appreciate it. So that's it for today. Support Cosmic Road by buying some merch in the merch store. That'd be awesome. Become a channel member. Channel members are rock stars, and they also frequently get to see videos hours ahead of everybody else. Meanwhile, there are plenty of other videos on the channel, and I'll see you guys next time. This is Jack with Cosmic Road, signing out.